Hi, everyone. 2 years ago, I was on a ship in the middle of the Atlantic. It was 2 in the morning. I'm getting ready to put this bad boy into the water. I was in the control room. It was completely dark, had no lights. The only lights were the multitudes of screens that were illuminating our face. There was a lot of excitement, and the descent began. That's all I could see on the screen. Everybody's on the edge of their seats. With every minute we get deeper, the anticipation grew, especially for me. Because one of the reasons why I was on that boat was because it was an exploration vessel. We were going where no man has gone before. 4 hours later, 4 kilometers deeper, we hit the bottom. All we could see was sand and rubble, moving from one canyon to the next, looking behind one boulder and the other. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, literally, I saw this football field-sized jungle of life, completely independent and disconnected from the rest of the world. Everything was subsisting on those methane sea bubbles that we were tracking from the surface. Do you know how that feels? You being the first person there. Nobody's been there before. You know, that's a low-res photo. That's because that's the only one. I was there. Me and my crew. The shrimps were feeding on the microorganisms, which were feeding on the bubbles that were coming out of the earth. The fish and the crabs were feeding on them. And I saw a ghost shark, the oldest living creature in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, I am an explorer and an adventurer at heart. And with 3/4 of the world's surface is covered by water. 95%, ladies and gentlemen, of which has not been explored. Fewer people have been to the bottom of the ocean than they have been to the top of the moon. It is the last exploration frontier. And I strongly believe, with the advance in technology, autonomous robots with good sensors to sense the environment and perception techniques to help understand what's going on is critical and imperative to unveil this last exploration frontier. You can't be sitting and looking at the screen at 3/4 of the world's surface, 95% of which has not been explored. Trust me, most of it is blue. Okay, from my experience. And this is, ladies and gentlemen, why I started Abyss Solutions. This isn't a Google stock photo. This is a real photo from a site 2 weeks ago. What do? We're developing autonomous robots that can go down and look at critical infrastructure, like dams, waterways, reservoirs, navigate over the entire site by themselves, and come back and tell you what's going on, where the problems are. You can't use divers. They can't be submerged for that long. They can't navigate kilometer square sites. You need autonomous robots. So where has that gotten us? In just the last 2 months, ladies and gentlemen, we got $230,000 of revenue. Over 2 million in just the last 4 months. In just the last 4 months, over 2 million in the sales pipeline. This stuff, they want it. That's what they tell us. So where to next? You know, deep ocean, dams, reservoirs, waterways. This was what was there in my head from the get-go, you know? Start baby steps. Start from dams and waterways and reservoirs. Move on to ship hulls. Then move on to gas and oil, you know, oil and gas rigs and subsea gas pipelines. You don't want them to rupture. You remember what happened in the Gulf of Mexico. We don't want that mess. And then eventually, resource exploration, deep down into the ocean. That's where I want to be. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the best team in the world to work on this. We've got experts, select few, who've been on the most advanced exploration vessels in the world, putting down multi-million-dollar robots deep into the ocean. We've got experts in sensors that have deployed them at 4 kilometers of depths off the coast of Brazil for petrol companies. We've got people that have bootstrapped their companies in the water infrastructure industry and mining sector and exited with a trade sale of $100 million. We've got people that have led MWH, the Schlumberger of water utilities, working with us, and more. We will get there. Think about where the team will be 1 year from now. The select few, the best in the world. I want to get them on my team, and I want to get there. We're going to get there. Think about all the medical discoveries that could unfold because we unveiled that last exploration frontier. Think about all the, you know, an alternative source of fuel. You don't know. You don't know what lies there. So ladies and gentlemen, today everybody's talking about market share. You see that blue bit? That's ours.